It's finally time to make our logo, so follow me over to logomaker without the e.com. And this is where I make all my free logos. They're an amazing company. They'll even make a logo for you if you want help, and they'll design it for you with their team and charge a small fee, which is a good option too. But for now, we just want to test out a free logo and get some practice with logo design. So what do we do? Well, the first thing I like to do when I create a logo is click text and type in the name of a site, Adopt Leroy. You can make that bigger or smaller. And a good rule of thumb is we always want our logo a little bit bigger than the space it's going to sit in, because that way the website will shrink it a little and it'll still look high quality. If the website has to expand an image or expand some text, it's going to look a little more blurry, unless it's a vector. So this looks pretty good right here. There we go, and we can see the dimensions in the upper right. We can check those out. That's in pixels. And we want to change the font. So if we just click on top of the text, our font bar will open up. And we can choose the style here. For now, we're going to keep simple and modern. And from this drop down, we're going to choose Averia Sans Libre, because that font just says Leroy to me. Alright, we also have a color picked out for this font, and it's sort of an off gold. If you open up the notes below the YouTube video, I'm going to give you a link to Narigai, where people can take the course. And on the Narigai site, along with my other courses that you can take, I'm going to give you full instructions along with details like colors that I can't easily write down in a video. Things you might want to copy and paste. This page is a little hidden now because I'm not quite done making the instructions, but what you'll do is something like find this section called logo colors, copy the logo. If you want to make the exact color, just copy it with the # 2. It's a 6-digit hex. And come back to the logo maker, click on the change color option, and then double click down here on the color hex and paste, and your new color will populate. Excellent. Now that we have our text looking good, we need an icon, and we want to put an icon usually to the left of our text or above it. So let's look up kitten and click enter. No results. That's interesting. Let's try cat. And we get our results. And I know we want this polygonal cat. Choose them, just click once and he'll come in there. We can drag. We can drag and we can size him down because he's a small kitten. Excellent. Move him to the center. And now I want Leroy to be different colors to match his colors a little bit more. We want to have him a nice gray. To do that, we can choose the gray color from the Narigai instructions, including the # of course. Copy that bad boy and bring it back over to the logo. Let's move Leroy. And now this time, I'm going to show you another way to change the color, which is by clicking Paint Bucket and then pasting in our color, and then just drag over an item and he will change colors. If you need to manually tweak a color like we do right here, we can also move the cursor on the color wheel. Just make sure your item is selected, like the logo. Click select, select the logo, and we'll make Leroy a little bit easier to see. That looks better. Alright, now let's drag him back down. Very nice. And now lastly, we want to give Leroy a couple spots because he's a colorful kitten. So let's click off of the logo. I'm going to change that gray color for us by copying the gray and entering that in at Narigai right now. No big deal, because the previous one was too light. Update. And now we want to copy our gold one more time and come back to the logo maker, paste that in the color wheel like that, and now click paint bucket, and we get this plus sign on our mouse. See the plus sign that we can wield around? Because we're using the paint bucket on a specific color, not select, but paint bucket. And now I can give Leroy some spots. There's a couple spots on his back and one on his elbow. And we're all set. Great job. Let me know if you have any questions making a logo, and there's plenty of examples out there on the web that we can point you to. Amazing how easy it is for us to create our own logos for the web. Alright, with that done, it's time to hit this crop button you might not have seen in the bottom right. And it will guess where we want to crop, but that's not quite right. So we have to click and drag. If you don't get it right, you can click and drag again. I'm just clicking and dragging with a minimal amount of white space around our logo. Symmetric on all sides, ideally. That's pretty good. That should work. And with that done, I'm going to hit enter, crop that bad boy, and then we can click save logo. And it will automatically download our logo. If you view your downloads file, like I'm doing right now by clicking downloads, you'll have Drawing 7, and I can't stress how important it is to rename your content so you can find it if you choose to come back later on. Leroy logo version 1.png. It's already taken, looks like, because I already made that. So let's just call it Leroy the cat logo. Even more descriptive. Excellent. Now let's come back to customize. Boom, 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 boom. We'll close everything up. We can go back and we can click logo and fave icon. And now we can select our image that we just made for free from scratch. Well, sort of scratch with the help of the logo maker icons. And now we want to click upload files because it's not in our media library yet. Select downloads, and we'll grab Leroy the Cat version 1. You can see this might be the easiest if you're using a Mac along with Google Chrome browser. However, this will work on whatever PC or desktop or computer or browser you have. And once it uploads, we can check the size. 470 by 190 is pretty good. We kind of gotta hope that it looks good and doesn't overlap with anything. Generally, if your logo is between 250 and 500 on the width and 50 and 250 on the height, along as the proportions match up, it will look good. So 250 to 500 and 50 to 250. Let's select it. Let's make sure we get the whole logo. And we can crop image. Alright. And that looks great. Because the logo is bigger than the space allotted for it, the website automatically shrinks it down and preserves the quality. Let's save and publish. X out. And we can see we're making excellent progress.